All right, so decimal word form. When you see the decimal point, you're going to read the word and at the decimal point. So in this number, we labeled our comma with the family that's in front of it. So this is the thousands family. So we'd say 267,104. When I get to the the decimal point, I say and then I read this number 35, and then the place value that the last digit is in names the number. So it'd be 35 hundredths because that 5 is in the hundredths place. So let's look at these examples at the bottom. Let's look at this first one, 1.2. How would I read that?
Oh, wait, yeah.
Oh, it's on freeze. It's coming. Okay. How would I read this number? You say whatever's in front of the decimal. What's in front of the decimal? What's in front of the decimal? 1. Good. And then when you get to the decimal, what do you say at the decimal? And then say what's after the decimal. What's after the decimal? 2. And what place value position is that 2 in? Hundreds is 2 places. Tenths with a THS, so it'd be 2 tenths. And then we're also going to write this as a fraction. Remember, anything in front of the decimal goes in front of your fraction. What is in front of my decimal? So I'm going to put a 1 in front of my fraction. And then I have 1 decimal place to the right of the decimal. So my denominator is going to have 1 0 on it. So my denominator is going to be 10. Just like this is tenths, the last place value position used over here is the tenths place. So whatever the last place value position used is the denominator of your fraction. And then whatever is over here goes as your numerator. So my 2 is going to be the numerator. These both say 1 and 2 tenths, written as a decimal or as a fraction. Let's look at the next one. So I have 0.56. How many places do I have to the right of my decimal? 2 places. So what do you think my denominator is going to be? What would my denominator be? 100. Very good. Just like there are 2 decimal places, I'm going to have 2 zeros on my denominator. It's going to be 100. This is 10. The 5 is in the tenths place, and the 6 is in the hundredths place. So that's going to let me know that my denominator has to be 100. Do I have anything in front of my decimal? No, so I'm not going to put anything in front of my fraction. And then my numerator is going to be what? Almost there. You have to put this whole thing as your numerator. 56 is going to be your numerator. Either one of these would be read the same way. You can say 0 and, but you don't have to use the 0. You could just start with the fraction part since you don't have any, the decimal part since you don't have any whole numbers in front. You would say 56, and you name the place value that the last digit is in. So what place value is that 6 in? He's in the hundredths place with the THS. So it'd be 56 hundredths. Don't forget it has a THS on the end. I'm not sure if it's recording the sound. Maybe it is. It's fine. All right, let's look at this one. 0.6. What would that be as a fraction? 0.6. What would that be as a fraction? What would be 10? Not the numerator. Good. The denominator. D for denominator, D for down. That'll help you remember the denominator is down on the bottom. D for denominator, D for down. They both start with the letter D. So you have 1 decimal place. So that's the tenths place. So my decimal is going to be, or my denominator is going to be 10. And my numerator is going to be what? 6. Very good. How would I read this?
6 over 10.
6 over 10, which is 6 what?
60.
Not 60. 6 tenths. You say this number, 6, and then you name the place value that he's in. He's in the tenths place. So this would be 6 tenths. And as a fraction, that says 6 tenths. This one says 56 hundredths. This one says 1 and 2 tenths. Let's look at the next one. I don't have anything in front of the decimal. What place value is this 7 in? It's in the hundredths place, so I would read this number, 7, and then I name the place value of the last digit. The last digit is the 7, and y'all already told me what place value is it in?
100.
So this would be 7 hundredths. Notice it has a THS on the end. Everything with a decimal number has THS on the end. You could say 0 and 7 hundredths, but you don't have to put the 0 on the front. What would that look like as a fraction, guys?
Denominator.
Numerator is the top, denominator is the bottom. 7 on top, 7 is my numerator, and 100 on bottom. My denominator is 100 because it goes to the hundredths place. Let's look at the next one. 2 decimal 4. How would I read that? Very good. 2 is in front of the decimal. When I get to the decimal, I say and then 4, and he's in the tenths place. So it'd be 2 and 4 tenths with the THS on the end. Now let's make this a fraction. Anything that's in front of your decimal goes in front of your fraction. Do I have anything in front of my decimal here? A 2. So what's going to go in front of my fraction? So good. I'm so proud of you. You're welcome. All right. What place value is this 4 in? So my denominator is going to be tenth with the THS on the end. And what's my numerator going to be? Good. 2 and 4 tenths. You guys are fabulous. Show me with your thumbs how you feel about this. Good, 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 good. We're going to do some more practice.